We said, come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright. Get on board and down the river we'll go. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Play it, Doug. Come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright. The moon is shining bright. Get on board and down the river we'll go. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Tell it, Sam.
Tonight we're gonna cross the field.
Raise a ruckus tonight.
Well, a black snake bit me by the heel.
Raise a ruckus tonight.
Well, I turned around to do my best.
Raise a ruckus tonight.
And I fell into a hornet's nest.
Raise a ruckus tonight. We're gonna come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright.
The moon is shining bright.
Get on board and down the river we'll go. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Paul Martin. Come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright.
The moon is shining bright.
Get on board and down the river we'll go. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Michelle Lewis, and you are here at Route 60 Music for Route 60 Saturday night. Our co-host filling in tonight is Paul Callicoat.
Tonight's show with singer-songwriter Emily Kenner. In the second half, we're happy to have Rob McNurlin.
Our show benefits Branch's domestic violence shelter this evening. It's a safe place for change. Now, if you or someone you know feels unsafe in a relationship, do call Branch's 24 domestic violence hotline. All calls are strictly confidential. Make sure to dial 304-529-2382.
We're saving tonight's show so you can see it on the web. We'll be streaming it live on Facebook.
What?
Music. We're at 60SaturdayNight.com.
And we want to thank you for coming out tonight, for being here live, and thank you for tuning in on Facebook. We're going to raise a ruckus tonight.
All right, let's get this show started. Woohoo! 37 Flood.
Well, walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your mind roll on. Whoa, take a walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your mind roll on. Everybody talking about a new way of walking. Do you want to lose your mind? I say you walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your mind roll on. First part done. Sam. I say you walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your hair hang down. Whoa, I say you walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your hair hang down. Everybody talking about a new way of walking. Do you want to lose your mind? Yes, please. I say you walk right in, sit right down, baby, let your hair hang down. Paul. Tell us something, Randy. Now you've heard the whole song. You can
speak is Emily Kenner. Emily began performing on stage at the age of 9. Just 3 years later, at 12, won the Charleston, West Virginia Teen Idol, then went on to win the Texaco Country Showdown for the state of Kentucky.
And a recent trip to Nashville gave her the opportunity to meet and play for renowned producer and songwriter Jerry Cupid, president of Cupid Records.
As well as producer Ray Barnett of Barnett Publishing Records, Emily has played at legendary lounges in Nashville, such as Tootsie's and 12th and Porter.
She's also active in student government at Marshall University, where she works on a double major in broadcast journalism and political science with a minor in Spanish. She hopes to be a political commentator one day.
Let's find out why music will always be a passion for Emily. Come on up, Emily.
Come on, Emily. So that's a treat to have you here tonight. Everyone. Used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Let go is the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. It's smooth, it's Tennessee whiskey. Oh, it's sweet, strawberry wine. Oh, it's warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. I look for love in all the same old places. Find a bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured your heart out, you didn't waste it. I know, 'cause there's nothing like your love. Give me it's Tennessee whiskey. Oh, it's sweet, strawberry wine. Oh, it's warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. It's Tennessee whiskey. Oh, it's sweet, strawberry wine. Oh, it's warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. Tennessee whiskey, Tennessee whiskey, Tennessee whiskey. Thank you. So this is an original, and it is called Rain. It's pretty much, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of have a hard time showing emotion, and so this is
a song about how I deal with emotion and what happened to me when I was in a hard spot. So, like I said, it's called Rain. I put on a show for everyone to see. I laugh and smile, but I won't cry, 'cause they look up to me. I won't complain. I put up my walls high as the mountains, so they won't see me fall. That's what I do when I think of you. I will wait for the rain to do my work for me. Let the heavens cry and keep me company. Let the rain pour down, the water at my feet, the cleanse, the wash, the scrape away, that brings me to my knees. Let the rain pour down on me. Hear the clink of the door shutting. It's 3 a.m. Where have you been? Don't ignore me. Ignore. That's what you do when she's been with you. I will wait for the rain to do my work for me. Let the heavens cry and keep me company. Let the rain pour down, water at my feet, the cleanse, wash, the grief away, that brings me to my knees. Let the rain pour down on me. I will sit, I will say, God, please help me from feeling this way. I will stand, I will pray. Lord, let me live to see a better day. I will wait for the rain to my work for me. Let the heavens cry and keep me company. Let the rain pour down, water at my feet, it clears, washes, scrape away, it brings me to my knees. Let the rain pour down, let the rain pour down, let the rain pour down on me. Thank you. So this one is a little bit more upbeat, but it's also an oldie that I like to bring back, and hopefully you guys know it. It's kind of fun. If you do, feel free to sing along, do a little jig, whatever you want to do. Shot to get down, good Lord. You baby have them open all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. They're getting paid easy forte each and every day. True play away, you can't get them out of my mind. Well, I think about the boy all the time. East side to the west side, pushing fat rocks, it's no surprise. They got tricks in the stash, backing up the gas, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, my baby, he's got to have it. And baby, you're a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Baby, get down so I can work. I like the way you work it. No diggity, like the bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity, like the bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity, like the bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity, like the bag it up. He's got class and style, and knowledge by the pound. But baby never acts wild. You're very low key on the profile. And catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. The verb's the word, spins the verb. Loving it goes so freak what you heard. Rolling with the fat ass. You don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play. Just for shorty bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it. Top night, all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, baby, in time. Baby, I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like the bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like the bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like the bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like the bag it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Damn, the foot looks good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Play on, play on, play on. Yeah, 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 yeah. The foot looks good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is awesome. And I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is awesome. And I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, like a bag it. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, like a bag it. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, like a bag it. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, like a bag it up now. Thank you.
Emily, oh my gosh, how wonderful you sound.
Thank you.
She definitely has it going on now.
Thank you.
I'm going to get on over here so you don't have to feel like you're talking to behind you.
Okay.
Paul Callicoat, you've been knowing this young lady for a number of years.
Yeah, she I think, didn't you take a few lessons here when you were like...
Quite a few, yes. I've taken guitar from Scott and drums from Steve. Yeah, I've taken...
I've been fortunate to watch this girl come up from this tall to this.
What, about 6 years old? 7?
I probably started guitar around 11 or 12.
Running through that, so.
Yeah.
But she excelled with it.
Do you come from a music family?
My mom sings and plays piano, but that's about as far as it goes.
That's how it starts.
No one else.
A lot of people.
So where did you play last and where are you playing next?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm a senior at Marshall University, and like you said, I'm studying political science and broadcast journalism, so I've been a little busy lately and haven't been as into it as I would like to, but I'm hoping this summer to get back into it, and I've started booking some gigs, and I always post it on my music site on Facebook.
What's your music site on Facebook address?
Emily Kinner Music. That's pretty basic. So.
Emily Kinner Music. Make a note.
Yes.
It's real tempting with her political science major she's pursuing to start a political debate here, but I'm going to hold my tongue.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's talk about Nashville. What was that like?
Oh, Nashville's fantastic. It's one of my favorite cities that I've ever been to.
How long were you there? Or
Oh,
did you make several trips?
the bio was actually needs to be updated. Like I said, I haven't played in a while, but it was fantastic. I've been several times. I used to travel back and forth a lot, but I won that contest, Charleston's Teen Idol. Now known as West Virginia's Teen Idol, and I got to go and record in Nashville and stay for a few days, and that was an amazing experience, especially as a 13-year-old at the time. I got to do that. That was the first time I got to go and record in Nashville. So
Fantastic. So we talked about where they can find your posts. Is your music available in stores, online? How can they hear the rest of your repertoire? Because I was amazed. You've only played 3 songs, but you show such a wide range of musical styles, but you're making them your own.
Well, thank you. That's just something like I've grown up with around the house. We just listen to a little bit of everything. So it's kind of hard to just stick with one genre when you listen to everything on the daily. So I do try to make it my own and make it original in some way possible. But
with political science and journalism being your main interest for what you're pursuing at the moment, you obviously have skills as a songwriter, as we just saw with Rain, which quite honestly blew me away. I was really, really amazed by that. Do you plan on continuing to pursue music to some degree?
Actually, this has kind of been where I said I'm a senior. It's kind of been a struggle. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with my life lately. It's nerve-wracking. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Don't make me decide. Not yet.
But lately I've just kind of been thinking that after I graduate, I want to take a year or 2 off and try to pursue music and see where it leads me, if what happens. Because grad school, that will always be there. I can always go back. But, you only have so much time to really, I feel like, pursue this. And that's really what I want to do. It's my dream, and I don't want to have any what-ifs later on.
But don't feel too lost in that regard, because I'm 65 and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life as a musician.
So here's the one big dream. Who would you like to perform with? Who's the person you would just love to share a stage with?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. There's so many.
So many.
How about musical influence?
Joss Stone is one for sure. John Mayer, Miranda Lambert, Justin Timberlake. I don't know. There's so many. Chris Stapleton is a huge one. Chris Stapleton would be probably one I would really love to perform with. Chris Stapleton or John Mayer.
I'd love to talk with you all night, but I'd rather hear you play some more, won't you?
Let's give it up one more time for Emily St.
Thank you. So this is another original, and it's called The Game. Unlike The Rain, which is my sappy song, I like to think of this as a revenge kind of song, so my sassy song. Like I said, it's called The Game, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Perfect eyes, perfect hair, perfect teeth. You better beware. He's dangerous. He looks like an angel. Behind those eyes really is the devil in disguise. I've been looking at my phone all day, been wondering when he's gonna call today. I don't care what you do, I'm tired of being fooled. I won't play number 2 anymore. You break my heart, that's okay. Twist the knife, you play the game. Ooh, I'll play it too. You can't have your cake and eat it too. What do you think I'm supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you? Oh no, I don't think so. You change your mind, go back and forth, crazy ways, and distort our relationship. The play number 2 anymore. You break my heart, that's okay. Twist the knife, you play the game. Ooh. I'll play it too. Other fish in the sea, and there are other people interested in me. I should open my eyes, and there are other guys. I don't care what you do, I'm tired of being fooled. I refuse to play number 2. You break my heart, that's okay. You twist the knife, you play a game. Ooh. You break my heart, you break my heart, you break my heart, you break my heart. Ooh. You play the game, you play the game, you play the game, you play the game. Ooh. I'll play it better, 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 better than you. Better than you. You're better than you.
How long has it been since you changed the battery? Drum it for a second. Sorry, we got a little noise on the guitar here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
So another one of my influences that I forgot to mention is Susan Tedeschi. I love Susan Tedeschi. I love blues. Blues is probably one of my favorite genres. So I'm going to close my little bit out playing one of her songs. You stay up all night to the break of day. Snide me out every word that I say. Little by little, oh, I'm losing you, I can see. Yeah, bit by bit, your love is slipping away from me. What you do, baby? Don't you know me ain't right? I wonder what you're doing, that it takes all night. Little by little, oh, I'm losing you, I can see. Yeah, bit by bit, your love is slipping away from me. I say, whoa, darling, baby, that's the way I feel. I say, whoa, darling, baby, that's the way I feel. I say, oh, boo, child, hey, baby, that's the way I feel. What you I feel. I said, oh, darling, baby, that's the way I feel. I said, oh, child, that's the way I feel. Oh. Thank you.
Paul Callicoat, I don't know why you didn't have her come on sooner. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a big round of applause. Oh, so lucky to have her tonight. Remember her name, Emily Kinner, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, in the spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, she went away. Where you gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Do it, Doug. She called me up down in El Paso.
Oh.
Said, come here, honey, I need you so. Where you gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Tell it, Sam. Now look here, honey, want you to understand. Gonna get me a woman like you got your man. Yeah, you're gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Paul Martin. Yeah. Looky here, honey, want you to understand. Gonna get me a woman like you got your man. Yeah, you're gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Don't like my peaches, don't shake my tree. Get out of my orchard and let my peaches be. Yeah, you're gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Take it home, Doug. Yeah, you're gone and I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Thank you.
After our storyteller, we'll get Dave Bola.
Good.
Norman settled, it'd be a good time to look up.
How about a ballad? You
Yeah.
want to hear a ballad? This is one of my favorites, and you might hear it in the movie soundtrack for Groundhog Day. Ray Charles did a version. You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone could tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night, who longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. To you I'm just a friend, it's all I've ever been. You don't know me, for I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, a chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away, you're such a lucky guy, and anyone could tell. you know me well, but you don't know me.
Do it, Doug. Hit it, Paul.
Ooh, for I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, a chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me and you say goodbye. I watch you walk away, all I can do is cry. Anyone could tell you think you know me well, but you don't know me.
Your host, Miss Michelle Lewis.
Well, it's time for some shenanigans, don't you think? I think.
Waiting all night.
I'll tell you, it has been such a long time since I've heard a good story. Paul Callicoat, we've got a storyteller we need to get on up here on the stage. Our friend Norm Davis is coming. Norm, come on up here. And while we get you settled, we got something else, some other kind of business to take care of. Bob, Dave Ball, can you come up here? You've got some information to impart to the crowd.
Norm.
Right. You've got this T-shirt on. It talks about the Jewel City Jamboree. Come up here. Dave Ball, come here and talk to me on this microphone. Now, tell this crowd all about the Jewel City Jam this year.
Well, as Michelle can tell you, I've never met a microphone I don't like. But I will keep this short. May 25 and 26, we're going to have our fourth show, the Jewel City Jam 4. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's the riverfront. We're offering 12 bands over 2 days. And this year, something new, we're going to have a rib and brisket smoke-off. So we're going to try and bring Rib Fest back to Huntington. Paul has some tickets here. He has some information. The tickets this year are $20 for the weekend.
What?
That's cheap. I mean, you can't find music like we're bringing in. 12 acts, local acts on Friday night to include Of the Dell. Jeremy Short's going to be there. Let's see, who else is coming that night? A band that's coming up from Florida that I really want everyone in Huntington to come and see Friday night. If you sleep through this act, honest to God, you have died. These people are called Professor Pennygood's Mighty Flea Circus. Jump, jive, just some of the most incredible musicians that I stumbled on accidentally. So please come out Friday evening, give these folks a Huntington welcome, and if we welcome enough, I think we can get them to stay over possibly for Saturday. Saturday evening features Dave and Valerie Mayfield, who will open the show, but more importantly, their son, Dave Mayfield, and the parade. We'll close out the show that evening, and Dave's going to perform some with his parents. We have Larry Keel, who's won the Telluride Flat Picking Contest 2 years. He'll be there that evening. My favorite band name, Strung Like a Horse. They'll be back this year, along with the String Assassins. So please come out and see it. So, you folks obviously support live music, support local live music. Paul Callicoat, wherever you are, thank you, there you are, for doing this. Everybody give Paul a hand. This is the man. This is the man right here. He supports live music. He has all his life. Let's keep live music alive and well here in Huntington, West Virginia. Thank you, folks. See you Memorial Day weekend.
Jewel City Jam, and it is the Memorial Day weekend, Friday and Saturday night, $20, 12 bands, and the brisket barbecue bake-off, cook-off. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Thank you for telling us about that.
Yay, Bob.
All right, Bob, thank you. Norman Davis, looks like they got you all set. I'm going to move this a little bit closer to you.
Okay,
All right, so talk into this microphone a little bit.
talk.
We like that you're here because I understand you have a story to tell the crowd here.
I have a story to tell.
Well, get to it, man.
Okay, well, you know, Mother's Day is coming up,
Mother's Day is almost here.
and I want everybody to remember their mother like I remember mine. I just turned 90, and my mother is as precious to me as when I was 16, much more so, really, because I was a bad boy when I was 16.
Oh, no.
And,
Did you break your mother's heart?
well, I broke a lot of things, but she always had faith in me.
She loved you.
And if I had known the last time I ran away from home that I would never see my mother again, I would never have left.
Right.
But, you know, life don't give you a menu.
Don't get a do-over, do ya?
No. But my mother was an interesting woman and a funny woman. She was not pretty at all. She was very overweight, but she loved every child that ever walked by.
She sounds beautiful to me.
And there was always a crowd at our house. And she was always very tolerant. And when I left to go in the Navy,
How old were you?
I was 17. And I wasn't very good about writing home. And the captain called me to his office. And he said, I have a letter here from your mother. And he said, do you own a paper and some pencils?
Oh.
I said, yes. And he said, well, from as long as you're on my ship, you'll write to your mother once a week. And he said, and I will read the letter and I will post it for you.
Today that's called being busted, Norman.
Yeah. So I knew
He was going to hold your feet to the fire.
But everybody got a kick out of my mother, everybody on the ship, because of the packages she sent.
Oh, did she send you care packages?
Oh, yeah.
I always tell my friends that are going to be gone that I'm going to
yeah.
do that, and I never come through.
And I always liked her Toll House cookies, and she always included those. And she loved Maud Muller candy.
Which kind?
Maud Muller. It was an expensive shop on 4th Avenue.
Okay.
And she usually had a box of Maud Muller candy in my package. And she would have a little note where she had taken a piece out of the candy. And she would tell me how good it was, you know. And she just couldn't resist taking a bite of this candy.
Bless her heart.
But all the guys on the ship loved for me to get a package from Mom. I was on a small ship. There's only 41 of us.
Oh, are you kidding? 41.
On a seagoing tug. And everybody shared everything. And they always looked for
the Toll House cookies.
And Christmas of 1947 was a difficult time. It was about the end of my tour in the South Pacific.
Yes.
But anyway, I got this package, and it had the usual Toll House cookies, and it had the candy with a little note in it. And And she sent me several things. She sent me some handkerchiefs, and she sent me a pair of gloves. Now, they were standard GI gloves, wool gloves. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Right.
And I'm on the equator, in the tropics.
What did she want you to do with the gloves, Norman?
What in the world was that? So I took them down to the peacoat locker and put them in the coat to the peacoat locker. Well, that year passed fairly fast, and I was off the coast of Panama in 1947, and my mother died, and I got word to come home. So my mother died. It was hard to get home. Took me a good while to find a way to get off the ship, and then I had to go begging for a ride from Panama.
Right.
But anyway, I got home, and I got drunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm surprised, Norman.
yeah. And I pretty much stayed drunk the whole time.
Aw,
She had been buried 12 or 15 days
before you
I
got home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went back to the ship, and it was late in the year, and I was hoping to get home for Christmas because Dad was wanting us to home for Christmas. And but we had several chores to do on the ship, getting it ready to go out of commission. And there was a chore that we had to do for the Navy to break up a bunch of the Gillette razor blades had bought several of the old ships to make into razor blades. And they were in Drake's Bay, right north of California.
They were going to make them into what?
Razor blades.
Oh, the ships.
Yeah.
Oh, they were going to recycle the metal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
And they bought them from the Navy, but anyway, they were anchored in Drake's Bay.
Okay.
And that was about 30 miles north of San Francisco. This was late December, and cold and rainy and awful. And I was standing anchor watch, waiting for morning to start moving these ships down to Frisco. And I thought of those gloves. And my work gloves were worn out. My fingers were sticking out of them. And the rain was coming down, and I had to spend a good bit of time outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down in the peacoat locker, and I got that out. I put those gloves in my pocket and went back up on the bridge. I threw my old gloves over the side, and I put those gloves on. And there was a note in the finger of the glove
There was a note.
from the year before.
Yes.
And I took that out, and I walked around behind the bridge where the light came out
Yes.
from the bridge. But anyway, I read this note, and it said, "Is it cold, baby?" She knew that I would never have those gloves on
Unless it was cold.
unless it was cold.
Oh, Norman, I love your story. I love your story. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story.
I want everybody to remember their mother.
Remember, Mom. Don't forget her. She loves you.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Norman Davis. You gotta give a little, take a little, let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of and the glory of love. Oh yeah, yeah, you gotta win a little, lose a little, and even have the blues a little. That's the story of and the glory of love. charms. And when the world is through with us, we've still got each other's arms. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, and let those clouds roll by a little. That's the story of and the glory of love.
Do one, Doug. Tell us something, Paul.
As long as there's the two of us, hey, we got the world and its charms. And when the world is through with us, we've still got each other's arms. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, and let the clouds roll by a little. That's the story of and the glory of. That's the story of and the glory of. That's the story of and the glory of love. Yeah.
Well, you know, Norman shared some history, and we got history too. You know, we go for that big grant money with that. The only way the band like the Flood can make any grant money is to have seminars on history. And so this is our big history lesson. Well, Washington, that's Valley Forge, freezing cold and up spoke, George said, bo-do-de-do, bo-do-de-do-do. It's crazy words, crazy tune, all that George would put in his wound was bo-do-de-do, bo-do-de-do-do, bo-do-de-do-do, on his ukulele. Daily he would strum, beetle-bum-bum, dancing, prancing, then he'd holler, crazy words, crazy tune, all that George would put in his wound was bo-do-de-do-do, do-de-do-do. Hit it, Sam! Do one, Doug. Paul. Imagine that's a ukulele. If you dare, sing it with us. It's Washington at Valley Forge, freezing cold and up spoke George said, bo-do-de-do-do, do-de-do-do. It's crazy boy, it's crazy tune. All that George would put in swoon was bo-do-de-do, bo-do-de-do-do, do-de-do-do on his ukulele. Daily he would strum, beetle-bum-bum, dancing, prancing, then he'd holler, crazy words, crazy tune. All that George would put in his wound was bo-do-de-do, bo-do-de-do-do, bo-do-de-do-do.
1937 flag.
Thank you.
And the music keeps coming. Let's welcome now a great friend of mine to the stage, Rob McNurlin. Raised in Eastern Kentucky, and the hymn church, the Johnny Cash show on TV, a harmonica from his grandmother, his parents' records,
And the guitar he received on his 9th Christmas. You know, it all set him on that very musical path. He began studying traditional music, learning hundreds of folk, hillbilly blues, gospel tunes.
He was inspired by Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, Wood Guthrie, and Hank. He started writing the songs and mixing these originals with the traditional.
And Rob has released at least 9 CDs, including Cowboy Boot Heel. And he recorded that one at Johnny Cash's cabin studio, produced by his son, John Carter Cash. Includes a duet with Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yeah.
And his most recent record, 10th of the Wicked, was produced by Marty Stewart's guitar player, Kenny Vaughn, and Marty's band, the Fabulous Superlatives. That was hard for me to say.
Fabulous
The
Superlatives.
Fabulous Superlatives. Back Rob up on that record. And it's really a fine record. I'm sure he's got a copy back here on the merch table for you. So we want to ask you all to please give it up. Let's welcome Rob McNurlin.
Thank you. Just need to turn my guitar on. Remind me to tell you why Marty's band's called the Fabulous Superlatives.
Okay.
Here we go. Love lost, no excuses, paid the debt for being shy, self-inflicted, solitary. It ain't great, but I'm getting by, and those chariot wheels keep turning round and round. You're gone, not forgotten. Did I tell you? Now you're gone. People learn by example, and I don't want to die all alone. And those chariot wheels keep turning round and round. Just think how I loved you. Did I tell you? And now you're gone. People learn by example. I don't want to die all alone. And those chariot wheels keep turning round and round. When that night wind starts a-howling, pounds like waves on my shore, I can feel you all around me as the beast prowls by my door, and those chariot wheels keep turning round and round. And those chariot wheels keep turning round and round. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Going to do, I think if I counted right, this is my third time here. So I was trying to think of what songs to do that I hadn't already played here. And so I thought of this one, and I'd forgotten all about even knowing this song until last summer. It's an old folk song called the Bullfrog Blues. And I never recorded this song or anything, but Kim Johnson, a friend of all of ours, filmed me at some jam session and posted it on YouTube. And I get a phone call from a lady in Florida you can't make this up, it's so stupid. The lady in Florida was making a documentary on bullfrogs in Kentucky. And she seen me singing this song, Bullfrog Blues, and wanted to know if I would re-record it for the soundtrack of this movie, and so I did. And you can only imagine what a soundtrack for a documentary about bullfrogs in Kentucky pays. And
it's that grant money again we're talking about.
So needless to say, I'd forgotten all about that song until last summer. I woke up one morning and I sat up on the edge of the bed, just trying to get awake and get the day started, and I saw something moving out of the corner of my eye. And it was too big to be a bug, and I thought, and so I look over, and it was a frog in my bedroom. Now, how a frog got in my bedroom, I don't know. So I'm thinking, well, I don't want to kill the frog, and so I'll just take it back outside. And so I was looking for something to put the frog in, and all I could find was a half full or half empty, but depending on how you look at things, glass of Tang left over from the night before. Because I always have a glass of Tang before I go to bed. But so I ran into the bathroom, dumped the Tang out, got the bullfrog, or whatever kind of frog it was, in the cup and took it outside. And saved the frog's life, and it probably got a little drink of Tang on the way out. But anyway, that's what reminded me of this song, and so to remember that poor frog, here's one called the Bullfrog Blues in the key of E. Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? That's a sure sign you got bullfrogs on your mind. Tell your mama, tell your papa, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell everybody you know. My bags are packed and I'm headed out the door. I'm going someplace I ain't never been before. I'm going where the water tastes like sherry wine. I'm going where the water tastes like sherry wine. 'Cause the water here tastes like turpentine. Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? Well, that's a sure sign you got bullfrogs on your mind. Have you ever been down on the Mobile, talking about the Mobile line? Have you ever been down on the Mobile line? Well, that's a line I ride to ease my troubled mind. Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? Have you ever woke up with bullfrogs on your mind? That's a sure sign you got bullfrogs on your mind. Thank you very much.
Well, we can talk now, and then you can do 3 more songs.
Okay.
Well, you said we have to ask you, why in the world does Marty Stewart call his band the Fabulous Superlatives? Why in the
If
world?
you're driving down West End in Nashville
Okay.
and look over to your right,
Okay.
there's a florist shop.
All right.
And always on the sign it says the Superlative Florist.
Hey.
And so I guess Marty drove by that enough. He thought,
Sounds like a good name for a group, sort of. Let me put my spin on it.
yeah.
Ah. Well, tell me about this latest recording of yours.
Tent of the Wicked.
Tell me again.
Tent of the Wicked.
Okay, I got the name.
Okay. What else are we going to talk about?
When's it drop? Has it
it's
already?
it's out. It's
okay.
out. Available
Available
everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. When you play it again?
Well, the next 2 things around here tomorrow over in Armco Park in Ashland, Kentucky.
Okay, we got the Facebook Live going on.
Yes.
So tonight is Saturday.
Night.
Tomorrow night is Sunday.
We'll 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, Armco Park, and then we'll be here in town at the Black Sheep on May the 4th, Friday, May the 4th.
Friday, May 4th, 2018 at the Black Sheep Burrito.
Yes.
1 o'clock? What
No,
time?
that's not. That's
No.
that's like 9 o'clock or something.
9 o'clock. Okay, a nighttime show.
Yeah.
Paul Callicoat, are you just dying to talk to Rob McNurlin? You got some things on your mind.
Actually, I've spent a large portion of my life talking to Rob McNurlin.
Yeah, he's
Well, never
probably
mind.
sick of
Never mind.
talking.
No. Well, I love your songs. They're quirky. They pull the crowd in. They make me want to sing along.
Good.
I hope that's okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, that'd be great. Because you might know the words better than I do.
I don't know about that. The bullfrog
I rewrote
story.
a verse on that first song. I wrote it the first time, so I figured I could write it the second time too.
Oh, now, I got to tell you, I remember now. We're talking about milestones. We got to touch on milestones. I just had my 50th birthday a couple of weeks ago. You've got a 25th anniversary.
Yeah, this year marks the 25 years since my first CD came out.
Hey, and you hear him 25 years ago. Yes, give this man a hand.
I'm still trying to learn the songs off that first CD.
Come on now. No, but you called it a CD. I think 25 years ago I was still listening to albums.
Well, I was too, but it was a lot cheaper to get CDs printed than albums.
And it was cutting edge. You were like one of the first.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever been called cutting edge. Thank you.
So people had to get their CD players so that they,
Yes, they did to get that new Rob McNurlin release. Yes.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're here.
I am too.
And congratulations on 25 years of recording and still.
You know, later this year we'll be having a special edition, limited number CDs coming out for that CD. A little reprint
keep
of
your
it.
eyes open for that.
So it'll be later.
Limited edition, so it's like a best of compilation.
No, it's going to be that first CD.
Repress.
Reissued and got some different liner notes and we're on the verge. We may even have a DVD in there because we did a little tour film of that first tour, and it was never released anywhere, called Stumps of Mystery. And the reason it's called Stumps of Mystery because we stopped when we was out in California. We stopped and visited Ramblin' Jack.
Okay.
And his landlady gave us these two bumper stickers, and one said "Trees Don't Lie," and the other one said "Stumps of Mystery."
It's kind of like our mystery hole, huh?
Yeah, and so at the very beginning, Dave Prince, who was playing guitar for me at the time, is holding up the Stumps of Mystery. And we thought, well, there's the title of the movie, you know, and so we may put that in there on DVD. Maybe.
So talk a little bit about Ramblin' Jack Elliott. I'm sorry, we just keep coming up with these things that interest me.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jack's a good friend of mine. Great guy.
Known him for years and years?
I met him in 1987.
Okay,
yeah, so a long time ago. Yeah.
About 31 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know that is he in LA now or
no, he lives up in let me think.
Where is he?
It's up north of San Francisco, and I'll think of the name of it in just a minute. Maybe, probably not, but yeah, it's right on Highway 1, and it's called.
But it's a good excuse to go out to California and see your friend Ramblin' Jack.
Yeah.
Does he ever bring you up on stage? You guys play together?
We're around, you know.
Did you have one good Ramblin' Jack story besides the bumper stickers?
A good Jack story. I was on the road with Jack coming from somewhere in Maine. Apparently I can't remember any names of any towns now. But that's okay, because that's why you all got Google and stuff. I just bought a brand new road atlas, so I can look it up later tonight. But so we were on our way from wherever in Maine, on our way to Cambridge, Massachusetts to play a show. And Jack he actually went to shipbuilding school.
You're kidding.
No, he actually went to shipbuilding school, and so he knows all kinds of things about
buoyancy
and ships and frigates and all that kind of whatever, you know. So we stopped at every shipyard down the coast. And so we were staying in some little town, a little tiny hotel, and to save money, we were in the same room, and you know, little quaint old place, pine paneling and bed, little end table. I just turned the TV off, and Jack was sitting there reading one of these books on shipbuilding, you know, and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and Jack looks over and says, "Rob, is it okay if I read this to you?" And I'm like, "Sure, Jack," you know. So, well, the frigate is and he starts all this stuff that makes no sense to me, and he would turn the page, and then he would lean over and say, "See the picture?" And so that's my education on shipbuilding.
So thank you for sharing with us.
Hey, before Rob goes on any further, I have to give a little testimony about Rob.
A testimony.
I've known this man since he was 15 years old.
Part of your seminary.
Been a dear friend of mine. He's drugged me around the country a little bit as a beatnik cowboy, and some of the largest shows I've ever played have been behind this man right here.
We've always had fun.
We've always had a blast.
That's right.
But he had a vision early on, and he stuck true to it. You know, most of us musicians, we have some aspirations as to what we'd like to see with our musical careers, and most of us end up being music store owners or gas station owners or living under a bridge with a guitar. But Rob has stayed true to his vision. He's followed it across the country for many, many, many years, and I truly admire this man. And I appreciate you all.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
Give a round of applause for Barboursville.
Thanks, Paul. Well, you know what? That's a great segue into this song. I'm going to play a song now that I haven't recorded. It's probably the most recent song that I've completed anyway. Called The Last Hillbilly Singer. Like a matador, suiting for the ring, the troubadour dresses up to sing. A suit full of rhinestones, a heart full of songs. Last hillbilly singer takes the stage. In the spotlight, he can't see the crowd, but tonight they don't seem as loud as they did in his younger days, but he still gives his soul away, and the last hillbilly singer starts to play. The first song is one that he learned back home when he was so young. The second one was his big hit. The crowd still remembers it, and the last hillbilly singer carries on. The show goes by way too fast before he knows it's time to sing his last. A hymn from the Bible Belt that tells how he's always felt, and the last hillbilly singer takes a bow. Backstage, he sits all alone. At his age, trying to find a way back home. Packs it in and heads out back, climbs into his old Cadillac, and the last hillbilly singer hits the road. The last hillbilly singer, he is gone. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. I'm going to go way back in time now and do a song off that first CD we were talking about. And we'll see how good my memory is. I haven't played this in quite a while. Can you abstain? Can you hide your love? Will you walk the wire to infinity? Across the fire to the crystal sea. Can you pay the cost? Can you afford to taste the blade of the double-edged sword? You tame the dragon that lies within the darkness and the hearts of men. Caves of despair, streets of the blind, echo the reality of the mind. Can you stand the punch of a spirit unseen? Have you lived your life or lived the dream? Have you been to the canyon of the unknown? Cross the desert and touch the bones of the jackal and the sphinx in the painted sand. Have you dug out the marrow and held it in your hand? Is your telescope focused on a star in the east? Have you made war, or have you made peace? Will your deeds stand alone next to the sun? Will the fire burn everything you've done? Goodness is in the beholder's eyes. You are blind and so am I. Do you think you're covered by the stars and bars? Have you come to know the King of Hearts? Thank you very much. Thank you. Just want to get the guys and everybody here to do this one. Everybody, if you don't know this song, you can learn it real quick. You can learn it quicker than I did, probably. But thanks for listening. We know you could be anywhere in the world tonight, and you chose to be here, so we appreciate it. Well, are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the roll? Are you on the rock and roll? It's a mighty, mighty long way to glory, but you're bound to go. No matter what lies in the path ahead, if you're on the rock and roll. Are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the roll? Are you on the rock and roll? Jesus stands ready and waiting to save your poor soul. He wants to write your name in glory, put you on the rock and roll. Well, are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the road? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the road? Are you on the rock and roll? Well, are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the road? Are you on the rock and roll? Well, are you on the rock and roll? Thanks, everybody. Thank y'all very much. Thank you all so much.
Gotta thank you all for coming out this evening. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live, and don't forget that the door proceeds tonight go to help Branch's domestic violence shelter. And again, their 24-hour domestic violence hotline phone number is 304-529-2382. All calls are strictly confidential, but if you're in a situation where you might need a little assistance, Branch's 24-hour domestic violence hotline can help you. Thank you for coming out. Paul Callicoat, thank you for the space tonight. And we're going to close out the show with a couple more songs.
Oh, have you seen my dear companion? She was all this world to me. Now she's gone to some fair country to say she cares no more for me. Do you remember that day last summer? The air was warm, the sky was blue. All the birds were singing sweetly the day I fell in love with you. Play one, Doug. When the night comes over the mountain, and when everyone's asleep, I will go down to the cool dark water. Sit me down right there and weep. Tell us something, Sam. I wish I was a sparrow flying. I'd fly to some high and lonesome place, join those little birds in their crying, remembering you and your dear face. Oh, have you seen my dear companion? Oh, have you seen my dear companion? Oh, have you seen my dear companion? She was all this world to me. Take it off. Thank you. Dixie Hoedown.
Once again, we'd like to encourage you to check out the Facebook. We've been Facebooking live throughout the show, so it'll be saved on the website. And check out Route60SaturdayNight.com. Tell your friends about the fun show and share the site with them. Paul Callicoat, thank you for this wonderful space.
I'd like to also thank my partner, his wife, Mike, and Junior Ford, who I couldn't do any of this stuff without them.
Absolutely.
We do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming and safe going home.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Rob. And thank you, my fellow players with the 1937 flood.
Yes, don't miss these guys. We got Charlie, we got Michelle, Randy, Sam, and Paul Martin. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. That's it.
Charlie Bowen, Doug Chafin, Randy Hamilton, Sam St. Clair, Paul Martin. And I'm Michelle Lewis. Thank you.